It's 4:12 on a Monday afternoon in June 2026, and a regulatory filing has just appeared on your screen. 32 Bitcoin sold, $2.5 million, by a company that holds 843,000 Bitcoin. It is mathematically nothing. 2 basis points. A rounding error. You read it 3 times. Then you stand up, walk to the window, and start doing the math on how long your company has left to live. Because the company that just sold is the company that invented the religion. The man who runs it spent 5 years telling the world he would never sell, and the market has just watched him blink. If he has to sell, everyone runs the same math on everyone else, starting with companies like yours. You are the chief financial officer of a software company that no longer really sells software. Your company's only real product is buying Bitcoin, and the machine that made that brilliant is about to run in reverse. Rewind 18 months. Call your company LedgerLine Systems. The name is invented. The numbers are the average of 200 true stories. LedgerLine sells point-of-sale software to regional grocery chains. It is 40 years old. It is profitable, barely. Its revenue chart is a horizon line. Its stock has traded between $3 and $5 since the financial crisis. Nobody covers it. Nobody shorts it. Nobody thinks about it, including, on bad days, you. You didn't take this job to be exciting. You took it because a company like this can run forever, quietly, and pay for a lot of orthodontics. And then, at a conference in the spring of 2025, you watch a presentation that keeps you up for 3 nights straight. The presentation is about a company that used to be called MicroStrategy. It sold business software badly for decades. Then in 2020, its founder, Michael Saylor, started converting the corporate treasury into Bitcoin. All of it, then more than all of it, using borrowed money. And here is the machine. Investors wanted Bitcoin exposure inside a stock ticker, so they paid a premium for it. At the peak, the market valued each dollar of Bitcoin inside that company at almost $4, which unlocks a magic trick. Sell new shares at 4 times the value of what you hold. Use the cash to buy more Bitcoin. The Bitcoin per share goes up for existing shareholders. The more you dilute, the richer everyone gets. The premium justifies the buying, and the buying justifies the premium. A flywheel. Sell high, buy high, and the wheel spins faster. By 2025, it is the most successful financial product in America, and the man who built it is quoting scripture about never selling. Wall Street gives the copycats a name: digital asset treasuries, treasury companies. 200 of them will exist within a year. On a Tuesday in June 2025 in a conference room with bad coffee, you decide LedgerLine will be one of them. The announcement takes 11 minutes to write. LedgerLine Systems adopts a Bitcoin treasury strategy. Your stock triples in 6 days. A healthcare company that made the same pivot went up 5-fold. A Japanese budget hotel company that did it is up 3,000%. Nobody has asked a single question about point-of-sale software. Now you work the machine. Sell shares at the premium, buy coins, watch the premium hold, do it again. You raise money you could never have raised for the actual business, hundreds of millions of dollars, because you are no longer a software company. You are a wrapper, a way for pension money and retirement accounts to own Bitcoin without touching it. By October 2025, Bitcoin hits $126,000 and LedgerLine holds 4,200 coins. Your $4 stock trades at $38.60. You are on podcasts. You, the orthodontics guy, have laser eyes on your profile photo. To keep the wheels spinning, you copy the master's last trick, a special class of preferred shares paying a 10.5% dividend forever. Free money when your stock only goes up. $150 million of it. Write that number down. It comes back. Here's what nobody put on a slide. The flywheel has no brakes because nobody designed it to spin backwards. Starting in November 2025, Bitcoin does what Bitcoin does. Down 10%, down 30%. By February, down 52% from the top, under $60,000. Hawkish Fed, a war scare, and 13 straight days of money flooding out of the Bitcoin funds. The reasons barely matter. The arithmetic matters. Because watch what happens to the machine. The premium, the whole magic, was the market believing the wheel spins forever. When belief goes, the premium goes first and fastest. The Japanese hotel company's premium falls from 237% to 6%. The healthcare company falls to a discount. The market values it at less than the coins it holds. And then it happens to the giant itself. For the first time ever, strategy trades below the value of its own Bitcoin. Below 1 is not a number. Below 1 is a different universe. Above the line, issuing shares made everyone richer. Below it, the same lever runs in reverse. Every share you sell now destroys Bitcoin per share. The machine that only had a forward gear is rolling back hill. And the dividends, your 10.5% forever, do not care about any of this. The invoice arrives every quarter, on time, in dollars. Which brings us back to the filing on your screen. June 1st, 32 coins, $2.5 million. Sold, the filing says, to pay the dividend on the preferred shares. Their version of your $150 million. At a conference in Prague, the man himself takes the stage and delivers the line of the cycle. I asked you to never sell Bitcoin. I didn't say I won't. He is technically correct. The sale is genuinely tiny. He'd bought 175,000 coins that same year. His company had just posted a $12.5 billion quarterly loss and needed cash for exactly the machine part everyone forgot. The dividends. It is prudent. It is boring. It is nothing. So was the auctioneer's silence in Harlem. Because 200 companies run your same spreadsheet, and every one of them just learned the same fact. The floor under this entire trade, the belief that the coins never ever get sold, has a price, and the price is whatever the dividend invoice says. Your stock falls 9% that day, 11% the next. The discount is no longer a market opinion about your future. It is your future. Here is the spiral from the inside. Your coins are worth $250 million against the $410 you paid. Your market cap is less than your coins. So you can't sell shares without lighting shareholders on fire. You can't borrow. Your only collateral is the thing that's falling. And every 90 days, the preferred dividend lands, $3.9 million in cash, forever. There is exactly one asset in the building. You know what you have to do, and you know what it means. Because the moment a treasury company sells its treasury, the wrapper is worthless. The whole premium was a promise, and you're about to break it in public. Others break first. A Korean media company that announced a 10,000 coin ambition sells its last 88 Bitcoin on July 1st to cover $6 million of debt. From $1 billion of announced firepower to 0 coins in 13 months. Analysts start publishing survivor lists. Nobody bothers listing the dead. The tickers just go quiet. You spend July doing the thing you built the company around never doing. 4,200 coins sold into a falling market at an average of 63,000. Retire the preferred, pay the bankers. When it's done, Ledgerline Systems is a point-of-sale software company again, smaller than when you started, trading at $3.85. You save the company by amputating the only reason anyone had ever heard of it. The strange part, the part that makes this a margin story, is that Bitcoin didn't die. It's trading around $60,000 as we publish this, which is still multiples of what it cost when the first treasury company started buying. The asset survived. What died was the wrapper. The idea that putting coins inside a struggling company made the coins worth more. The premium was never Bitcoin's value. It was the market paying extra for a story about a machine that couldn't stop. 4 centuries ago, we watched Dutch merchants pay a mansion for a promise of a flower, because the promise traded better than the flower. The instrument changes, the wind trade doesn't. The tavern is now a terminal. Some of the 200 will survive, the ones that borrowed least and believed their own story least. The giant, as we publish, is still standing. 843,000 coins, a paused buying program, and a war chest of ordinary, boring dollars. Whether that's conviction or the world's slowest margin call is the cliffhanger this episode can't resolve. Because for the first time on this channel, you're standing inside the story too. It isn't history yet. Check the date on this video before you comment that we got the ending wrong. Somewhere out there right now, there's a market with no referee, an asset with a beautiful story, and a crowd that knows it can't lose. Maybe you're standing in it. The margin puts you inside the days markets broke, in first person, with real numbers and real dates. Subscribe. You were there.